World Copper is a TSX listed company, and we have two assets, copper assets, one in Arizona and one in Chile. Copper is compulsory. I mean, we need it. We can't do without it. If we're going to decarbonize the world, all the grids have to be upgraded. Solar energy, solar needs more copper. Wind turbines need more copper. You can't get away from it. We need more copper. I think the copper deficit is going to be dealt with by what I call the David or Goliath solution. The David and Goliath solution really is the Goliaths are the large producers that have these concentrate mines that can be $2 to $6 billion in cost and take 6 to 12 years to build and permit. They will, eventually come on stream and help to fill the deficit, but the deficit's here now. So the smaller, or the David solution, would be smaller oxide projects that have smaller footprints, that cost less, that are more environmentally friendly. Our Zonia project fits in that David category, and we believe that we will be able to help to solve the copper deficit situation. Zonia has many attributes that make it a compelling project. First of all, it's in Arizona. Arizona is the largest copper producing state in the United States. It produces 71% of all the copper produced in the United States, and it's ranked 7th on the Fraser Index. What else makes it compelling is the fact that it's on private land. It's a past producer that's on private land, which even makes it more compelling. The fact that it's been pre-disturbed means that the environmental licenses we need and the permits will be easier to get because it's already been in production. It's got power on site. There's power wires already on site. There's water on site. And because it was a past producer, it's been stripped already to a 1-to-1 ratio. It looks to me like there's at least $100 million worth of earth that's been moved already out of the way, and the ore is exposed at surface. So when you have those kinds of attributes of a project that can go into production immediately, you have a builder like Derek White, who is our head of technical, who will be working to build this for us and with us. You can put this thing together in 3 to 4 years to production. It'll produce 70 million pounds a year for 10 years. And yes, that's smaller than a concentrate operation. However, if we can produce 70 million pounds a year of copper into this system right now, that will be helpful to the copper deficit. So the actual scheduled plan to put Zonia into production will really start with working on the resource on the private land. We have 75 million tons in the measured and indicated category and 122 million tons in the inferred category. Our first job is to move the inferred, 122 million tons of inferred, into the M&I category, because we have to have them in that category to do a bankable feasibility study. So once we've got that done, which will probably take us a few months, we will have to do some infill drilling to move that 122 million tons into the M&I, but there was a small campaign. By the third quarter of this year, we should have a new resource estimate out, which will allow us to start working on our bankable feasibility study. So the bankable should get done in a year. So by the third quarter, or the end of 2025, we'll have our bankable feasibility study. Then we would move on to mine planning, engineering studies, construction, finance, and then eventually building by, say, 2028. So that's the schedule. And at the same time as we have that schedule running, because we have 3 times the land around our private lands that are BLM, or Bureau of Land Management lands, federal lands, we will be scheduling those to be moved into the production phase about halfway through our production life of production for Zonia. The life of mine of Zonia right now in the private lands is 10 years. So it takes about 5 years to get the BLM lands to a permitted stage. So as we're moving through the bankable stage in phase 1 on the private lands, we will be making application for the BLM lands to be ready for exploitation by the time we're 5 years into our production on the Zonia project. That's the schedule. So to summarize World Copper, where we are and where we're going and why we're here, I walked into this company in January of this year as the copper prices were at $3.50. Now they're at $4.65. So, and what we're reading in the marketplace and through pundits and analysts are telling us that the long-term price of copper is probably somewhere in the $4.50 to $5 range. So we are in the market at the right time for copper. We have the right project as well, a project that can go into production in the next 3 to 4 years in that time frame. And we have the right team. As I mentioned earlier, Derek White will be the head of our technical. I have Christian Japwala, who worked with Derek, who is actually going to run the team. Derek will give us the ideas and his expertise on how we're going to actually put this into production. But Christoph will actually execute on that. So what we have here is right market, right project with the right team. And when you have that combination in this business, you can be very successful.